Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use VK2LQ? Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use VK2LQ? CQ on 20, CQ20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ, CQ on 20, CQ20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ, CQ20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ, CQ 20, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ, CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ, CQ 20, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ, CQ on 20, CQ 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ, CQ 20, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ, CQ on 20, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ, CQ 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ. CQ, CQ on 20, CQ 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ, CQ, CQ on 20, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ, CQ on 20, CQ 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ, CQ20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ, CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec, VK2LQ, CQ on 20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ, CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima, Quebec. VK2LQ via the long path into Europe calling CQ on 20, CQ on 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ calling CQ, CQ 20, CQ 20. VK2LQ calling CQ. Just go again with that call.
VK4ALK on a very old rig here. I can hear you calling and no one's going back to you, but you're 5 and 9 up in Cairns, over.
Yeah, good on you. Thanks very much. Looks like Barry. Good on you, Barry. Yeah, you're 5 and 9 here as well, mate. Yeah, the band had opened up a little bit, but I think it's taken a bit of a dive. I'm just testing a live stream anyway, so I thought I'd just have a look and see how it's all working. It's really the first time I've tried to do this, so we're just streaming live on YouTube at the moment there, Baz. So I hope that's all right. But yeah, it just gives me a chance anyway. Obviously, there was only a small opening and didn't last long, but hopefully in another hour or so it should open up a bit better. But in the meantime, we'll get the test and see how everything's going. What sort of equipment are you running there, mate? And oh yeah, looks like we had a contact on the 1st of January back in 2024. So good to get you in the log again there, mate. Back to you.
Yeah, what's the handle, over?
Yeah, you got Paul this way, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima, and located here at Emu Plains in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, mate. VK4ALK, VK2LQ returning.
VK2LQ, VK4ALK. Okay, Paul, yeah, got lovely signal. You're 5 and 9 plus about 10 or 20 over 9 up here. We're at Yorkie's Knob, just north of the city of Cairns. 12 k's north, hot as hell outside. Of course, we've got the wet season on the horizon, and I've just got a very old TS440S I pulled out the bottom of the cupboard and decided to give it a call, and it landed up on you there, so there you go. I just got back from the Yorkie's Knob boat club, had the Melbourne Cup thing going and all that sort of business anyway. All good there, Paul. VK2LQ, VK4ALK.
Yeah, good on you, Barry. VK2LQ returning. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who won, mate. Wasn't really much advertised about it this year. Only the XYL mentioned today when we were coming back from the shops. We should put a bet on. I said, well, is it even on today? That's I used to bet quite a bit when I was younger on it, but obviously it was a big thing back then. Now I think there's just too much international horses in it, not very many local ones. But obviously I haven't seen the field this year, so I couldn't really comment. Be very interesting to see who won, mate, and did you win? And Barry, the conditions are starting to change. You went from a 5-9 down to a 5-5, but I am facing 120 degrees down through the top of New Zealand via the long path, so I'm getting you off the back or the back side of the beam, if you like. Running a 7-element log periodic here with 2 elements on 20 metres there, mate, and 400 watts out of a VK3 amp. But be interesting to see what the finish of the Melbourne Cup was. VK4ALK, VK2LQ returning.
she won the Caulfield Cup as well. I'm not a racing guy, but she did very, very well indeed. And apparently the horse was not the only Aussie horse racing. You did right about most of the horses are overseas or Kiwi horses there. Anyway, it'll all be flashed over the news tonight. And she did very, very well indeed. And it was pretty exciting race there, considering she was the only young lady in the race. All right, Paul, well, I'll get out of here. I just heard you calling and no one comes back to you.
Yeah, good on you, Barry. Yeah, you just took a massive dive there, mate, but we did get a bit of that. So one Australian horse, I believe you said, was in the race today, and I think it might have been one that won it. But we'll have to check out on the news there tonight. All right, my friend, I'll say 73 is all the best. Thanks for coming back to the call, and look forward to catching you down the coax again, and hopefully it won't be a year and a half before, or almost 2 years before we make contact, mate. 73s, and cheers for now. VK4ALK, VK2LQ.
Yeah, Roger, Paul, you've gone from 5 and 9 plus down to 5 and 4, so the conditions are all over the place. 73's, mate, all the best. VK4ALK, clear.
Yeah, good on you, mate. VK4ALK. 73's, beers and cheers. QRZ, Victor Kilo 2, Lima Queen. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ on 20. CQ20, CQ20. VK2LQ calling CQ and listening. CQ, CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima Quebec, via the long path, calling CQ on 20, CQ20, CQ20. VK2LQ calling CQ.
VK2WAN.
Hey, young Wayne, I tried to catch you yesterday, my friend. How are you going?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Hang on a minute, I'm just doing a few adjustments here. There we go, I'll leave it for a sec. Yeah, I heard you last night. I didn't want to interrupt your you coming after me and there on that station in Italy or wherever he was. So yeah, I didn't want to come back and take over the frequency. So anyway, mate, how's things been there, over?
Yeah, good, buddy. Yeah, when I finished, I tried to see if you were listening to get you to go up 10, but that's right, you must have moved on. I was just testing out a new radio, new SDR radio. I bought the Unknown 10 Echo, mate, so I was just doing 15 to 20 watts barefoot there, and got quite a good report, mate. I was quite surprised. It's working quite well, mate, back.
Yeah, you did all right. You got that guy on low power. I heard that. You were quite low to me. I didn't hear you until you come in after me there, and but you were quite low. But yeah, obviously whatever you were doing was working on the DX front, mate. Over.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, well, you would have been coming on the back off the beam there, mate. I've been testing out about the last 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks now, a 7-element log periodic. 2 elements on 20, 2 on 15, and 3 on 10, with gains of 11, 12, and 13 dB on 10. And me and another chap, we're getting them made and we're importing them. So we've brought 2 in, and this one we're just doing tests before we put them up. But they've been working a treat. It's only 2.7 metres above the roof, and it's been killing it, mate, back.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, very nice. So, what they use traps, or are they not motorised tape or anything? They're using the traps, or are they just using the elements there, Paul, over? Yeah, no,
full size elements, Wayne. 2 full size on 10, 20 and 15, and 3 full size on 10 there, buddy, back.
No, very good. Oh, well, I'll be interested to see how they perform, mate. I might be an interested customer down the track, mate, over.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, mate, I've had some great reports. I used it in the Worldwide DX contest, although I wasn't being a serious contender. But yeah, I done quite a few contacts, and the other night, I think I made 30 contacts in about 40 minutes on it, from anywhere from Russia through Sweden, Netherlands, nearly all through Europe there, mate. So it's working a treat. I'm hoping to get the tower up. Finally, hoping to get the tower up in the next month, and get it up about 9 metres, which would make it a treat. And got another new add-on to the shack, mate, a VK3 amp. Yeah, doing 400 watts there. So I got a new amp as well, mate, back.
Very nice. Yeah, I've got the VK3 amp too. I've got a ticket at 100 at the moment. It's just just got 5% into it, and just ticking it. Because I've had a bit of an RF issue without it, so I've had to use the amplifier because it sort of smooths out the whatever the RF issue I've got, because I've got an antenna tuner, and introducing that seems to cause some problems. So I'll work through it. Yeah, I've got my tower up finally. I've got a 3-stage wind-up Old Hills tower, Rockefeller, and done some refurb work to it, and I've got the Mosley up on that at the moment. I think it's probably up at the moment. It's probably at about 12 metres, or maybe a little bit more, and I can keep going there, mate. Over.
Yeah, Q. So you had any visits from the council at all, just in relation to that?
Well, I've kept it all pretty stealth, mate. So I wind it down. I wind it down. It's under 10 metres when it's down. It's probably at about 10 when it's down. So. But no, the neighbours are on board, so they knew a ham, so they're okay. So if anything happens, I just leave it below the limit. But so it's if you can wind it up and wind it down, you sort of got a bit of a safeguard, Paul. Over.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, as long as when you're using it, I understand you can take it up to whatever height you need to, but when storing it, you need to drop it down to 10 metres or below. To comply, but I'm going to look at. Well, I'm going to push probably about 11, maybe 12. We'll see how we go. Look, I'll be happy to get up at 9 metres, but I want to build a monoband 2-element for 40. So I'm going to have a look at that and see if I can squeeze that in. I'm going to look at some aluminium tubing and see if I can wrap some air coils and see if we can shorten it down to about 7 metres on the longest element. We'll see how we go. Even if we can only get 100 kilohertz either side of the centre frequency, which is most of 40 anyway, but we'll see how we go. But that's in the plan there, mate, Back.
Very nice. Yeah, I understand that. Look, 20 metres will keep going, and with the propagation cycle, it's always 20 metres, from what I understand, kicks on, and you can do quite well. Mate, I was just happy to get a rotator, Paul. I've been struggling over the last 3 or 4 years without a rotator, so I finally got one over the weekend, and so here I go, mate. Over.
QSL, yeah, it certainly beats the days when I was a young fella, mate, on 27 on 11 metres. I used to have a big 8-element World Communications beam for that, and I had the Armstrong. I had it strapped to the fence. You remember the old timber fences, about 6 foot high. I had that strapped to the 4x2 that ran up, and I had a big ratchet that was locked onto it. It was directly outside my bedroom window, but the way I had to get to it to turn it, mate, was run all the way through the house. The great thing was I'd have the side window open. I could hear when I got the loudest signal. I'd stop it there, mate, and run back in and make contacts. Certainly a long way from those days, mate, Back.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I was similar, mate. I only had the 3-element Archer beam that I bought second hand, and I had my radio set up in the garden shed right down in the backyard, and the old boy we put it on a length of water pipe, and I had a set of vice grips. So but I only had to go, like outside the garden shed back in, pretty quick. So, but I loved having the beam, it was a game changer, although being at very low height, but, and only using, I was only, no amplifier back then, I was only using the 12 watts, and I've still got my LCB, Paul, the old General Electric B, and I had the digibox put on it, the thumb wheels that you could, change the binary thumb wheels and adjust the frequency there, over.
Yeah, QSL, mate. I used to have a realistic Navajo TRC 490, just one of many. But me and a good mate of mine back then, he's now passed on. We used to make our bread and butter, mate, as young fellas, modifying radios in Doonside. We used to sit there on a weekend with a whole heap of radios and modify them, power and frequency adjustments, all those things that you weren't allowed to do. But it certainly paid for the hobby and paid for a couple of parties over the weekends there, mate. But it's good to see you got it all going, mate. Yeah, we're getting there. We've built a new shack. I'm actually doing a live stream on YouTube at the moment. This will be first, it's really my second attempt. The first one, I just had a quick 10-minute test about 4 months ago. And this one I've been having running for about probably half an hour now. Just waiting. The band was open a little bit there, Wayne, but it seemed to close pretty quick. So it's we might just pause this one now shortly. We'll put out a couple more calls and see how it goes, but probably still another hour or so. I thought we were going to get a good opening early today, but obviously not there, mate. VK2 WAN, VK2 Lima Queen.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Yeah, VK2LQ, VK2 WAN. Yeah, last night I was a bit late to the party on 10 metres. There was an opening apparently. It was a short path opening to Europe, and I come in right at the end and virtually closed. So I was a bit disappointed on that one. But yeah, I've made a few more European contacts, and over the worldwide contest, it was my bad. So last year I was in the contest and I used QRZ, and for some reason this year they changed it. So you needed to use your logbook. You needed to be a data subscriber. So for next year I need to, and I was only involved off and on for an hour or two here and there, made about 30, 40 contacts, so nothing elaborate, but I was a bit disappointed that they changed the rule, changed QRZ, and they didn't really tell anyone. It was unknown that they did that, and I couldn't convert the file to an ADI file or whatever to submit it, so there you go. All right, mate, put it back to you, and I'm going to head off soon, and I've got to cook a chicken on the barbecue, so I'll let you call, keep calling DX. Back to you, Paul. VK2LQ, VK2 WAN.
Yeah, good on you, Wayne. Excuse me. Yeah, I think it's only like $5 for the year or something. I can't quite remember. Yeah, but I have it. So because I run Station Master Pro to do all my logging and stuff like that, and it's all interlinked with QRZ, and it brings everything up. I don't know if I've told you about it before, or if you've looked at using it, but it's just about got everything you want at your fingertips. All right, mate. Yeah, I think the missus is doing a barbecue tonight. I think we're having a roast. I think she's doing a roast something. I'm not too sure, but we'll soon see when it lands on the table there, mate. All right, buddy. Good to catch up with you. It's been a little while, and good to see things are moving forward for you, mate, and look forward to catching down the GoX again real soon. VK2 WAN, VK2LQ, mate. 73s, beers and cheers.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Yeah, likewise, mate. Glad you're kicking on. Before you go, have you got a 3D printer?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, I have. I've done a few things on TikTok and on my YouTube channel. I 3D print rails. I just 3D printed a speaker box. For the, I got an ICOM 706 Mark II here, and I just finished doing a 3D print a speaker grill. I 3D print parts for antennas. I got quite a few things that I do in ham radio, mate, back.
Yeah, okay. So I've seen on eBay the guy doing the 7300 side rails. Is that you there, over?
Yeah, that probably is me. That's correct.
Okay, mate. I'll probably purchase some of them. Probably in the next month or two. So I thought it had to be you, right? I thought EV plane, 3D printer, and the side rails. I thought it had to be you. All right, mate. I might have to do a pickup. That's all. So you won't have to post it, mate. Over.
That's right. Yeah, we could knock probably $15-20 off for you, mate. No dramas.
No worries at all, mate. I'll grab a set soon. I'll be in touch because I'm going to upgrade to a 7610 here. And this thing's going in the caravan. All right, mate, I'll let you move on, and bon appetit with dinner, and I'm going to do the chicken as well. 7-3.
Yeah, good on you, mate. And I've just started doing, just before you run, started trying a new thing, orange, black and orange, mate. I call them the liquid all sorts. I just done a set for the 706. It's orange, black, and then orange. It looks like a liquid all sort. All right, mate, 73 is all the best. Cheers for now.
Sounds like you're a West Tigers supporter, Paul.
No, Roosters, mate. Only way to go.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. All right, mate, 7-3, and I look forward to catching up soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, good on you, Wayne. Take care, mate. Until next time. Cheers for now.
Cheers, mate.
QRZ, CQ, CQ40, CQ20, CQ20, VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2, Lima Queen calling CQ, CQ on 20, CQ20, VK2LQ calling. CQ on 20, CQ20, CQ20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima Quebec, VK2LQ calling CQ, CQ20 via the long path, VK2LQ calling CQ. Just let me get a beam heading on your Stu, if you can hear me there, mate. Well, obviously you'll probably hear me, but I'll try and get a beam. It's usually a little bit later on. We'll get an opening. Let me turn this one on. All right, yeah, I'm just trying to get used to doing this. So first time doing a stream, mate. So good to see you there, mate. And we'll just see if we can get a beam heading on you and go from there. I got the beam more general your direction, but it's probably not going to be another hour or two before it opens up, Stu. And I hope you're having a good breakfast there, mate. All right, CQ20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima Quebec, VK2LQ calling CQ20, CQ on 20, CQ20. VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ20, CQ 20 metres, CQ on 20, CQ20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima Quebec, VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ on 20 via the long path into Europe, VK2LQ calling CQ. CQ on 20, CQ20. VK2LQ, Victor Kilo 2 Lima Quebec, VK2LQ. Calling CQ, CQDX, VK2LQ calling.